Alcudia Mallorca. When we checked in here, we didn't know what to expect, so I'm going to do my best after I've been here now for almost 1 week to explain to you all the different things you need to know, including where to stay. There are so many different blocks around here, how the buffets are. There are several buffets in different locations around here. We've scouted them all, and I will tell you the best route to go around here. First of all, the hotel area with all the buildings and all the different pools and pool areas and buffets and snack bars, it's really a big area, and we got the lake just right there. And when we booked our room through their website, I didn't find it immediately obvious which of the rooms we were getting, because they only list a few different selections, but there are a lot of rooms that are similar but not quite the same, if that makes sense. So one of them could be in much better shape than the other one. One of them could be located in a building that's much nicer than the other buildings, with a nicer pool area and things like that. We booked a 2-bedroom superior apartment, and there seems to be apartments like that located on at least 4 different blocks. We are a family consisting of 2 adults and 4 small children between the ages of 2 and 7. So we hoped, to be near one of the kids' pools. They did put us in a tower called the Ceres 2 Tower. There is the Ceres 1 and Ceres 2 Tower located close to each other, and I will show you that on the map here. So if you take a look at this map, you can see the whole complex here on the picture, and if you see where I drew out with the red pen where it says Ceres 2, at first glance it felt okay. It was a 3-story building, but after having stayed there for 1 or 2 days, it didn't feel like there was a lot of things going on there. Yeah. We saw almost no other families there with kids, and the hallways felt a little bit dark. I mean, you could just tell that this wasn't one of the more fun blocks to be in on this hotel. And the room felt a little bit outdated, to be honest with you, a little bit older style, and it felt more like renting an old apartment than being, in vacation in a nice hotel somewhere. When we were looking to make a reservation at the Bellevue Club, this information was really hard to come by. I couldn't find any reviews where you could, see clearly the difference between the different towers, the buildings, the different pools. So that's why I wanted to share this with you, to hopefully make your decision easier on where to stay. As you can see in this video where you're watching my kids play here, this is probably the most kid-friendly pool area in this complex. We are now playing in the pool area between the Diana 1 and Diana 2 towers, and I will show you those on the map just in a second. These towers have several very shallow pools where the kids really did enjoy playing there. And there is also a snack bar which is included here if you have the all-inclusive package. We'll get into that in a moment. I'll show you the Diana 1 and Diana 2 on the map here. So if you look on the picture now, you can see I marked out where the Diana 1 and Diana 2 towers, and that's where the kids are playing, right in the background here. Here are a lot of great kid-friendly pools with very shallow water. The other area with very nice kid-friendly pools and also adult pools Probably the nicest blocks on this whole complex would be the Leda complex, the Leda towers that they call there. That's probably the nicest area in the whole complex. You have you have live music there, you have live shows some of the times of the day, and it just feels like the most vibrant, most fun area of the entire hotel. And nobody told us that either. It was just such a big difference from being over at the Ceres 2 complex with their little pool over there. They have a pool over there, but it just felt like an entirely different hotel. The good thing is that you're allowed to visit all the pools on the complex no matter where you're staying. So we got to explore all the different pools, and that was one of the greatest things about staying in this Bellevue Club, is that you could visit so many different pools, so many different areas of the hotel, and it made it feel like you didn't get bored by just staying in one pool or one little area. If you take a look now on the map, which will come up here in a second, I will show you where the Leda blocks are. And such nice buildings, probably the nicest buildings there is in the Bellevue Club. There you see the Leda complex buildings with the Leda 1, Leda 2 and Leda 3 towers, and you see the pools in the middle with a pool for children and also a pool for adults, which is what you're looking at here in the background, the Leda complex. So like I said before, when we checked in, they put us in the Ceres 2 towers, and we really didn't have any idea where that was or how that was going to be. And we went to the Diana 1 and 2 towers, and we went to the Leda towers when we were taking the kids to swim and play around. So after 2 days, I had a mail conversation with the manager at the hotel, because we really wasn't too happy with the room we had. It was outdated, and it felt far away from the main places where we wanted to be. And he was kind enough to put us in the Leda complex. He gave us another room, another 2-bedroom superior apartment on the second floor, overviewing the pool area. And that was a really nice room. It was updated, it looked great, had comfortable beds. Everything was great about that. So we really do appreciate the management taking its customers seriously and valuing their customers. So if you're coming here with kids, I would really recommend staying either on the Diana 1 or 2 buildings, or just staying in the Leda towers where we're staying right now. That would probably be your most comfortable way of having a good time without having to move around too much, and hopefully you'll get a very nice room also. Another thing we weren't aware of is that they have different buffets depending on where you're staying. So you can't actually choose which buffet you want to eat, or maybe in some cases you can. But when we were staying in the Ceres 2 tower, which we did for two nights, they showed us on the map where to eat our buffet that we had in our all-inclusive package. And we didn't know what to expect, and we didn't have anything to compare with, so that was one buffet. But when we did switch rooms to the Leda tower, and I was talking to the manager, he said, no, you're not going to eat there anymore. You're going to eat your buffet in the Leda tower where you're staying, so you don't have to cross the street and walk for 10 minutes. You'll just eat the buffet right where you're staying. So we said, okay, thank you. And the buffet over there, I felt, was much nicer than the other buffet, and you had an egg station where if you requested, they could make omelets for you. That was great. And then they also had an Italian restaurant that was called maybe Black and White or something like that. You can see it in one of the videos here where we're driving around with the car in the complex. And he said you can book a table there and eat there the last 2 days of your trip. I'm not exactly sure it was included. I'm not sure, how that came about, if it was him being generous, or have you also been offered there? If you've stayed there, please share that with us. So he did offer us to eat our last 2 dinner buffets at that restaurant, which we gladly obliged to and thanked him for. And that was also a very nice restaurant. They didn't mention anything about that when we were staying in the Ceres 2 Tower. So without a doubt, the nicest tower in the hotel where we would stay again if we would ever come back here would be the one of the Leda towers, surrounding the nicest pool in the area. Live music, a DJ some of the times, games around the pool, and a lot of kids pools and adults pools. Definitely the nicest place there. And the buffet in the Leda complex just felt like just better overall than the other ones, combined with having the access to go to the Italian restaurant as well. So that is what I would recommend if you're coming here. Stay in the Leda complex. If you do have the all-inclusive package, there are also several snack bars, that's what they call them, located around the pools on perhaps 3 or 4 locations. They actually serve the same thing pretty much. They serve French fries, and there are hamburgers and some sandwich options. And there is a slush bar for slush ices, and some soft drinks. They are all similar, but even there, same thing again. We tried all of them. We went to the swimming pools of all the different places, but the snack bar located in the Leda complex just felt a little bit better, to be honest with you. They were, that was like a small kiosk where there was a lady making, a very nice lady named Mariella. She was working very hard, doing a great job serving hamburgers and French fries, but they were made to order, in comparison to some of the other places where you just had a big jar and you'll take the hamburgers. There's already like 50 of them ready there, have been standing there for a little while probably, but she was making them fresh for you. You could order as many as you needed. French fries, she had hot dogs, she had chicken nuggets, and just around the corner from there you had the bar where you could pretty much serve yourself any kind of soft drinks, Cokes or Fantas or anything like that, or alcoholic beverages if you like that, very close by also. One thing that was really exceptionally great in all of the buffets, no matter where you ate them, is that they had a lot of staff there, and as soon as you finished the plate, they were very adamant about coming up and cleaning, removing the old plates, making sure everything is nice and clean. No matter how many plates, we had a lot of plates, with our kids, and sometimes they didn't eat up everything. No attitude, nothing. They were just great about that. Removed everything, made sure that we were happy eating there. Overall, I would really recommend staying in the Bellevue Club because it is a very unique property. It's a very big hotel. You don't get tired or bored from being there. So many different pools, different tastes, different buffets. You have the snack bars. There's just so much to see here on the property, and at evening times you have a lot of live shows, and they really do go above and beyond to make sure that you're having a good time there. And all the staff we talked to in the hotel, they were just really friendly and professional, not least the manager, which we got to meet. you just had a sense that these people were professionals, and they're trying to make sure that everyone is having a good time. So now that you know a little bit more about the complex and what to expect, remember, just if you don't know where you're gonna end up in the hotel, just ask for it in the reception while checking in. I mean, we didn't have any idea about this, but you do now. Just write these things up. Tell them that you would like to stay in the Diana 1 or Diana 2 towers or the Leda complex. If you're bringing small kids with you, I think you'll have the best time over there. And don't settle. I mean, if they give you a room or, if you find anything that you're not happy about, just let them know and they'll probably help you. If you've come this far, I really want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope it will be helpful for you in deciding where to stay and where to eat. Please do subscribe to our channel. That would help us grow a lot, and we would appreciate that. Thank you very much for doing that, and thank you for watching this video. Have you been to the Bellevue Club before? Did I miss anything? Or because we've only been here for 1 week, maybe you have discovered something else in the property. Please tell us about it. We would love to hear that, or anything else I can help you answer. Thank you for watching, and talk to you guys. Goodbye. Hej Selma. Tack. Var har du lagt dina coola grejer? Bra!